Welcome to my channel.
There are some things in life that we just need to talk about. Things we should never bottle up inside. Things that we need to express to keep our mind clear and to stay on track. This can be very hard for someone who has lived through trauma. After all, the mind's natural response is to shut down and disconnect, to avoid and ignore. And at the beginning, this can be a very effective way to protect ourselves from the full reality of what we have experienced, allowing us time to process as we get further from the cause of our trauma. But sooner or later, we need to open up and let it all out. It took 4 years for me to talk openly about my experience, but it still never felt real, more like a dream or a movie I could only half remember. And even then, it was difficult to admit what had happened and what I had lost along the way. Part of the cause of my trauma left me feeling ashamed of what had been done to me, guilty for somehow not preventing it from happening in the first place. Long before, I had been a child who dreamt of working with animals and wanted nothing else from life. I worked hard, and I was lucky to reach that goal by the time I finished high school. My father had always said that when you love what you do, you will never work a day. And this is what I had, until it was all torn away from me by the cause of my trauma. It is now almost 14 years on, and I've come a long way in my recovery and acceptance of what happened. I remember everything in full clarity. I know how lucky I am to be here and to have the support I need. But I will never be who I was before, not fully. And I thought I had already overcome that point. But in the back of my mind, I was still longing for the dream I once held in my hand. I began this channel as a way to break away and break out of my self-imposed isolation. The cause of my trauma had conditioned me to hide my skills and my hobbies, and to feel guilty for the things that brought me joy. The things which make me, me. I'm proud of how far I've come, and I haven't felt this much joy and passion since I first started working with animals. The hikes that I share with you are an ongoing part of my recovery process, and I share with you the genuine thoughts inspired by each location. But a few weeks ago, we visited Lee's Pinch Lookout, a place I'd been many years ago. And at the time it had been a beautiful, well-maintained hiking loop with a rock ledge lookout over the Goulburn River. But now, it bears the scars of its own trauma. Bushfires, storms, COVID lockdowns, all leading to its eventual abandonment. The car park has been fenced off, the signs have all been removed, and the hiking trail has been reclaimed by the bush. Something unexpected hit me that day, that opportunities can come and go without warning. As I tried to create the video for that day, I couldn't help but trigger myself with the realization that I will never be who I was before my PTSD. Too much has changed and too much time has passed. The loss of a dream is like a form of death, and for a time, we grieve and regret the lost part of ourselves. But I needed to pull myself back from that feeling. Yes, I had lost something along the way. But I've discovered something new. Something I can use to help both myself and someone else who might be only just starting on their own journey of recovery. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. But every step forwards is progress, and we are not alone.